Back in March and April, during the first lockdown, when the kids and I were cooped up in the house all day long trying to do homeschooling, and the government said we could go out for one bit of exercise a day, so we would go for a walk. I would drag them out for a walk. And sometimes we would go down to St. Mary's Park in Arnold, and sometimes we'd come up here, the Hobbicks? I don't really know how you pronounce it. Sometimes we would play football, we would play in the fields doing hide and seek, we would have races, but most of the time we just had a walk. We actually call this place Nettle Hill because although it's all brown because it's winter now, usually this field is covered in stinging nettles. So as I'm walking up here with the kids, I'm saying, careful, don't touch that, it's nettles, it's nettles. Now, I've been told lots of times what nettles are, but I'm not very good at knowing which green thing is a nettle and which thing isn't. So I just say to the kids, don't touch any of it. It probably is nettles. And the fact is that we are surrounded by danger. Nettles do sting you. We are surrounded by dangerous things. Sometimes it's easy to identify and sometimes it's not. Now it's Christmas Eve, so I'm thinking about Mary and Joseph, and they had that walk to Bethlehem, surrounded by dangers. You know, the fact that Mary was pregnant and it was before she was married to Joseph, that actually would have been cause for her to be severely punished. And just because Joseph had decided to marry her didn't mean that other people weren't still cross with her and maybe thinking that she should be punished. And then, of course, when Jesus talked later on in his life about people traveling, he talked about Roman soldiers stealing your cloak from you, or even striking you on one side of the face. And he told that story about the Good Samaritan, which was about somebody walking along the path and being robbed and beaten and left for dead. So when Mary and Joseph were walking to Bethlehem, one step at a time, one day at a time, kept going on and on to do the thing that they were told to do, they were surrounded by dangers. But what could they do? They had to just keep going. Like many parents, during lockdown, I was concerned about the kids being on screens a lot of the time. Because suddenly it wasn't just watching TV or playing games, they were doing all their schoolwork on screens too. And I was concerned, amongst other things, about their eyes, because looking at something close all the time can strain your eyes. So when we would come up here to the top of the hill, I would say to them, stretch out your eyes, look as far as you can. I would say, can you see Asda right there in the middle? Can you see our town of Arnold? Now, I don't know what the journey was like for Mary and Joseph, but I wonder if they could see Bethlehem in the distance, if they could see their goal that they were walking towards, step by step, day by day. Now, for Mary and Joseph, they were surrounded by dangers, but they kept going to the place where Jesus was to be born. They kept going to the place where they needed to go. And for us, life is still surrounded by dangers. It's messy, it's cold sometimes, but we have a place that we're headed because of Jesus. We have a goal that we are walking towards. So day by day, step by step, we keep going in that direction. Our eyes stretch out to see with faith what God is calling us to. And for that, we thank Jesus for being born. We take our inspiration from Mary and Joseph, who kept going onward. And we, step by step, go onward too.